The following feature presentation is part of the Skywalking Network.
This is what you can look forward to on episode 548 of Skywalking Through Neverland.
There's not a Star Wars connection in this issue, but there is a foreshadowing of a real-life tragedy.
This issue and the next 5 that follow comprise my favorite Star Wars story of all time outside of the original trilogy of films. You see his butt.
Yeah.
Cliff butt.
Little hoochie butt.
Well, I thought this was a very exciting issue. It was a really good episode of Star Trek.
Are you ready?
Off to Neverland.
Here we go!
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land.
When I first made Star Wars, everybody in Hollywood said, well, this is a movie Disney should have made.
You're more than just fans. You're family.
Best day ever!
It's about family, and that's what's so powerful about it.
Hey.
When you use a bird to write with, it's called tweeting.
When we visit the world of Disney, we never grow old. It's a Peter Pan, Never Land that keeps us young in heart.
This is Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you are skywalking through Neverland. I have a good feeling about this.
Hey, Skywalkers! Classic Marvel Star Wars Comics is back, and this time we are breaking down issue number 58, Sundown. But until then, we want to welcome you back to Skywalking Through Neverland. I am Richard Woloski. Now, everyone, please say hello to my sweetie wife, Sarah, who I was going to comment on your ears, but I didn't look at them yet.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you like them?
They're the Empire Strikes Back Hoth ears.
Yes, they
Usually,
are.
I like to let the moment just kind of take me.
I know, but you didn't look at it on time.
And normally, I'll comment on your attire.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't look at your ears before because we were rushing to get this out.
That's true. Now, I do have to say that these classic Marvel Star Wars comics episodes happen after Empire Strikes Back, right?
Yes.
But before Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
So now when the classic Marvel Star Wars comics, we get to the ones that are after Return of the Jedi, are they? Are there ones after?
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
figured.
yeah.
So after that, I hope they have like Endor ears. Like maybe this year they'll have Endor ears.
Okay, so now I get where the ears are going.
Yes.
Now I get
So
it.
that's why I did these Hoth ears.
And these all tie into where we are now in the timeline of the
Yes.
classic Marvel Star Wars comics. Why didn't I see this? I apologize to you. After this, you will get a present.
Oh, okay, good. Yay. Peasant. Okay. Well, Skywalkers, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Skywalking Through Neverland on YouTube. Just search Skywalking Through Neverland, and you'll see all the clips and editions and the comic book pages that we put in the video version of the show. Each time we do these classic Marvel Star Wars comics episodes, we put together a really cool slideshow that we then put in while we're talking about it, and it's really fun. We do a lot of prep work for this, and we want you to see it. All right, well, we are your enthusiastic podcast destination for the many decades of your Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, and pop culture fandom. So it's time for your weekly Wookiee hug and your little sprinkle of pixie dust for our family of Skywalkers.
All right, now we are being sponsored by Small World Vacations, and they are a diamond-level Disney vacation planner travel agency and can help you book your trip to a Disney park around the world, or on a Disney cruise, or to the other side, the Universal theme park side. Oh. And best of all, this service is free to you, so there is no charge. Disney pays them, not you. So head over there to smallworldvacations.com for a no-obligation price quote and tell them Skywalking Through Neverland sent you.
Sent you.
Sent you. Maybe they can give you a trip into the sun.
Oh, wow, a little foreshadowing
A
there.
little foreshadowing there. Maybe, who's to say? You know what? I haven't looked at the weather reports for quite a while, but I'm going to guess right now, Florida is very hot. You should know. You were just there.
Actually, Florida is very cold this week, apparently. That whole East Coast getting that cold front.
Okay.
Even Florida. So I'm sorry.
We should have worked this out in rehearsal.
That's okay.
That way you would have said,
Last
wow,
week-
it is really hot.
Yeah, I should have. All right,
you
I'm
played
sorry.
into the whole Sundown theme. Once again, it's Thursday. Normally the show goes out on Thursday, but now we're just recording it on Thursday.
Yeah, so the show is already off the rails.
We didn't have time for rehearsal.
No.
But just run with it, okay?
Okay. Well, can we run with Spirit Jersey?
Oh, please.
Okay, because Spirit Jersey now has their own Star Wars and Disney license. You can get it outside the parks. So you can just go to spiritjersey.com and always get free shipping with our code SKYWalkNeverland, which is SKYWLKNVD. There are no vowels in that code. If you put in a vowel, that's wrong.
You won't get no shipping. No free shipping.
No free shipping.
All right, now we are recording this from Long Beach, California on February the 26th, 2026.
Ooh. So, Richard, what happened today in Star Wars history?
Well, let's go back 42 years to this date, February the 26th, but in 1984. 42 years ago. And this was when Star Wars first airs on network TV on the CBS Sunday movie special presentation.
Whoa.
Yeah, so this broadcast includes a special featurette narrated by Mark Hamill, and I think he wears more makeup in this little featurette than he did in the holiday special.
Holy cow, that's saying something.
Yeah. And this focuses on behind-the-scenes footage and the cultural phenomenon of Star Wars, but a high point or a low point, depending on how you look at it,
Okay.
for me, showcased the Steuben family. The Steuben family. They are named the champions of Star Wars collectors since they live, breathe, and eat Star Wars.
And when you heard that, were you like, hey, I do too.
Yeah. How about,
why didn't they call me?
Right over here to the Woloski family. All right, check out this clip.
Within minutes, it seems, collectors were vying to be the first to own the newest Star Wars product. But after 3 movies, the title of champion collector probably must go to the Steuben family of New Kensington, Pennsylvania. The Steubens seem to live, breathe, and eat Star Wars. Their collection is said to be worth over $15,000.
Their collection is worth $15,000.
Wow.
Now, how much is that in 1984 dollars?
That's a good question.
Find out.
15,084 is worth 46,000, almost 47,000 today.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's not chump change.
No, that's pretty good.
But you see some of these collections today, and it's like, oh, come on. Yeah, but maybe I'm just being petty because they were named champions of Star Wars fandom.
You're being a little petty. It's all right.
Yes, I am, and I'm okay with this. I'm okay.
All right, well, what else happened on this broadcast?
All right, there's a little montage where fans would say how many times they've seen Star Wars.
Ooh.
And this clip was taken from the Making of Star Wars TV special, and I used this little montage in my short film Rebel Spy Reject when everyone was gloating on how many times they've been picked as Rebel Spy. But here they were talking about how many times they've seen Star Wars. In Rebel Spy Reject, they were saying how many times they were Rebel Spy.
I've seen Star Wars about a dozen times.
40 times, and it was great each time.
I've seen the first Star Wars 153 times.
Altogether, we have seen Star Wars 324 times.
How many times have I been Rebel Spy?
16 times.
12 times.
14 times.
16 times.
6 times.
7 times.
Altogether, we have been Rebel Spy 500 times.
It's awesome!
Not petty about this at all. Oh, boy, I'm a petty person, aren't I?
That's all right. You know what? You have
I carry a grudge, don't I?
Yes, you carry a grudge. You're very loyal, but then you're also loyal to your grudges.
Oh, see, there you go. See?
Yes.
A silver lining.
Exactly.
A silver lining.
Yep.
All right, now speaking of rebels, let's see how Princess Leia is planning on hiding the rebel fleet inside a sun.
Skywalking through classic Marvel. Skywalking through classic Marvel comics.
Classic Marvel Star Wars Comics is back, and this time we are breaking down issue number 58 of 107.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, so
We're
well over halfway.
Well over that hump, that halfway hump.
Yeah.
Now, if this is your first time joining us, this is our classic Marvel Star Wars comic sub-series where we explore the original Star Wars comic run published between 1977 to 1986. And while going through these comics, I like to share memories of reading these as a kid, or in my case, looking at the pictures. I think we're still another 2 years away from me actually reading these comics.
Got it. These are what, from 1981 or 82?
This one right here, this one starts off 1982.
Okay.
So we're about 2 years until I start reading the actual words, not just looking at the pictures. And then as we go through them, it's really fun to make the several connections between the films, the TV shows, other comics, video games, because as we can tell, Lucasfilm has gone in and said, I'll take one of these. I'll take a Jackson over here, take a Hoojib over there.
Authors have gone in.
Filmmakers. And plucked little bits from these comics to use in their own canonized stories.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So there's not a Star Wars connection in this issue, but there is a foreshadowing of a real-life tragedy.
Oh.
And if these comics were taken more seriously, maybe this could have been avoided. More on that later.
Well, there is a connection to another franchise, which we will talk about. That's my foreshadowing.
All about newsies, huh?
You'll find out. You'll find out.
Wicked?
You'll find out. All right, Skywalkers.
Mary Poppins.
Man. Now, I'm reading these comics for the very first time, and I always love sharing my 21st century thoughts on these comics, as well as my artistic thoughts. It's fun to compare all the different styles that the various artists bring to this series. So, shall we get into it?
We shall, but first, let's go back to the last issue and give you a summary of that story.
Okay.
That was titled, Hello, Bespin, Goodbye, or Battle on Bespin. You take your pick, which title you like better. Now here, Imperial Captain Treese has just kicked Lando Calrissian off the edge of Cloud City. The Lobot,
Oh, yes.
with the help of a jet backpack, saves his friend and brings him safely down to the city of the Ugnaughts, where the whole event is covered on their news show, Action Tidings. Hasn't anyone picked this up as a podcast title yet? Please.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Please.
Star Wars Action Tidings.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now later, Luke Skywalker and Shira Bree.
I think it's Shira. Didn't we land on Shira?
Shira.
Real?
Shira, yes.
Okay, last time we said Shira.
Okay, I looked it up again just to make sure.
Oh.
And it was Shira. Now, don't start that because now I'll get confused.
All right.
All right, Shira Bree. Luke and Shira look for Lando on Cloud City, only to be cornered by Imperial troops. Luke then uses the Force to detonate the bombs throughout Cloud City, fooling Treese and his forces into thinking the city is about to crash land below on Bespin, and the Empire retreats. But in the end, it was all just a trick by Luke Skywalker. He is a prankster. And the city is saved, and the Lobot... Then, you know what? He's gonna, he and Lando and Luke, they get together and say, hey, we need to teach this guy Treese a lesson. So they transmit a record of stolen funds from Treese's account into the private account of Darth Vader. So at some point in the morning, he's gonna look at this and go, where do all these funds come from? From Treese? I want to get to the bottom of this. And Treese has got a lot to answer for.
He does. That was a very exciting episode, an issue.
Yeah, and thanks to Mark Newbold for joining us for that last one.
Yeah, but now we are on to the next one, issue 58. So in this issue, Sundown, Luke Skywalker, Lando Calrissian, and Chewbacca blast off of the Hoojib planet Arbra in the Millennium Falcon. They head off to meet a seedy merchant named Ferret at a space station known as Bazarre.
That's a little too on the nose.
They're all on the nose. The name of Ferret. Gee, I wonder what his personality is going to be like.
How slippery this guy's going to be.
And Bazarre, like, wow. All right. Meanwhile, Princess Leia rejoins the rebel fleet stationed above Arbra. She embarks upon a plan to conceal the fleet's location from the prying eyes of Imperial scouts. Now, the rebels construct a large pyramid-shaped force field that envelopes the entire fleet so that the fleet can hide in the corona of Arbra's sun.
In the what now?
The corona.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Here we go. Here we go.
But they believe that the force field will protect them from the deadly ultraviolet rays. And I guess the heat, the incredible heat
That's secondary.
of the sun.
That's secondary.
Oh, well, I have some words.
Oh, I'm sure you do. We all do. All right, now this issue was released on January the 19th, 1982. So 3 days after I turned 13 years old.
Aww.
It's written by David Michelinie, artwork by Walt Simonson and Tom Palmer, coloring by Don Warfield, and the cover art was by Walt Simonson. And here on the cover, we see R2-D2 and C-3PO, and they are floating very close to a sun with several ships flying below them. And the narration on the cover reads, Spacewalk, Death Walk.
All right, so when I first saw this cover, now any of you Skywalkers who are watching now, feel free to share your thoughts on the cover here. When I first saw this cover, I thought we were looking at Tron or Guardians of the Galaxy even, because the colors especially do not denote Star Wars. Right now you have 3PO, but he is pink. He's like a hot pink with a slight gold touch here and there, but wow. And he's also, the sun behind him is bright white, and then that fades into bright yellow, and then you have these fun like orangey red stripes that are depicting the heat, right? And so between these colors, I really felt like Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know why. Just very Guardians to me. But what's fun about this cover, it's at an odd angle, which makes it really fun. It looks like 3PO is coming to R2's rescue as they blast away from the sun, and 3PO's head is much bigger than his feet, so it's like the depth of field there. Mm-hmm. He's coming right at you. And I really like this cover. It's very dynamic and colorful and attention-grabbing, and those colors really speak to me as a girl. I mean, pink.
Well, it spoke to me as a little boy, because as we had stated before, they really use pink to package a lot of boys' toys.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, go on.
So to me, this color really rang true. You want to call to the boys? Use pink.
Okay. What else did you think about this cover?
Now, it's a very nicely composed cover with great depth of field as the droids are floating right at us. It would have been easier for the artist to illustrate them on an X or Y axis, but here they are coming right at the reader.
Like a Z axis.
Oh yeah, very much. Yeah. Now, the artwork is improving, and we'll go into that in the issue, and R2 never has looked better. And with that said, this cover has never been one of my favorites.
Oh.
Yeah, there are certain covers which I vividly remember seeing on the spinner rack at John's and couldn't wait to plop down my 60 cents and get into it. This wasn't one of them. I couldn't really tell you why. The pinks did me no good. Didn't call out to me on this one.
Oh.
I can appreciate the artwork on an artistic level, but yeah, not really a cover that I would put in my top 106.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So does that mean this is your least favorite cover?
Well, that'd be 107. So.
Oh, okay.
maybe there's one below this one, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just not a nostalgic cover for me. Like the last issue, Battle on Bespin, I saw that cover and it's like, oh my god, I can't wait to get into this. I remember this so much, and I love the what's going on, all the action. Look at that.
Got it. Yeah.
Love it.
I think you like the humans on the covers. Like when Luke is on the cover, you're like really drawn in. Or Darth Vader.
Yeah, or just something going on where we know what's happening. Here, it wasn't until I really looked at this cover like last week and realized what those things below them were. They're rebel ships.
Right.
It just looked like space junk.
It does kind of look like space junk.
I never could put this all together as a story.
Oh, all right.
All right, so we put this cover art out on our Facebook page and group and asked the Skywalkers to go to town.
Yes, so we got some comments. So Julie Gildersleeve says, I'm so confused by this cover.
Julie, yeah, both of us.
What is happening to these droids? Are they flying? Are they floating out with the space junk? Is the planet exploding? I guess I need to read this issue and find out what the heck is happening.
Or listen to this episode.
Yeah.
We'll break it down for you. Now, Kevin Bradford says, they fly now? They fly now.
They fly now.
Yeah.
Cute.
James Gildersleeve says, C-3PO needs to spend less time working on his tan. He looks burnt.
He does.
You're flying that close to the sun. Something will get burnt.
It's true. Rex Gordon writes, a Florida July. Love the colors that convey the heat. Make mine marvel. Rex always ends with that. I love that. And then finally, Matt Schott says, that's a hot cover.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
This issue and the next 5 that follow comprise my favorite Star Wars story of all time outside of the original trilogy of films, and I would love to see it adapted into animation like the DC animated universe style. Come on, Disney, give us an animated Legends series adapting the best stories from that continuity like these.
Now, I hear that and I get really upset and really excited because the stories are right there. Disney Plus. The stories are right there.
And they could just go to Marvel and be like, okay, how do you guys adapt? Okay. And then what do you tweak?
We'll go to Marvel and say, hey, we own this, so guess what?
Well, no, I mean, like, you know how Marvel Studios has taken their comic book runs that are more popular and have tweaked them for the screen?
Okay.
They could kind of go and,
do the same thing.
Yeah, have a little session and be like, okay. And then, yeah, that would be neat.
Oh, my goodness.
And I like the idea of animated. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So it excites me, but at the same time, I know that's never going to be done. So
well, okay.
Another petty grudge coming. Another petty grudge.
Okay, but remember My Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? That animated series on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
They could do the same thing where it almost looks like comic book style animation has come to life.
But now, would you want to see a whole new story, or would you want to see these stories brought to life?
I feel like if you have the base of the stories that are very popular, you could use that as a basis for it. So I would like to see the story but tweaked for today's audience. Yeah, just like they're doing with Bridgerton. Which is similar. Well, they're tweaking the series of novels into a whole world and expanding the world by making it this Netflix series. So they could do a similar thing here.
There's so much potential.
There really is. Yeah, Matt, we love your idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, please, Disney. All right, I'm over my petty grudge.
Okay.
Let's get into the story.
Okay, let's open up this comic here.
All right, here we see the Millennium Falcon as it appears to fly out of a volcano and right towards the reader.
Okay, this is a beautiful splash page. The depth depicted in this comic, starting with the cover, is really great. You know, you've got this shot of what is it? Planet Arbra is depicted below with lush greens and light blues, and you have the volcano kind of almost erupting in the background, or just smoking, really. And then you have what?
Oh
yes.
No, I get what's going on now. That's not a volcano. That's the
Falcon.
The base, the rebel base is inside of this
energy
big mountain.
That's right. Yeah, and the energy is like coming emanating
like steam,
out from it.
Steam's coming out of it.
Yes.
So it's coming out of the base toward the reader.
Yeah.
I saw that as a volcano.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the Arbra rebel base.
That's all right. And the Falcon has flown right from the top of that mountain right toward us. And you have Sundown in big letters, though I don't see a sundown depicted in the picture. And as we go along, Sundown is not a great name. Not a great name.
No.
All right.
I think that name was chosen before they wrote and illustrated the issue, and
yes.
they said, let's just stick with it.
We got to stick with it, guys.
Yeah, it's good. We're good. Let's move on. All right, now the Falcon speeds over the Hujib planet Arbra, and the narration reads that this is the rebels' newly established base from which they launched their hit-and-run war against the oppressive Empire. Aboard the Millennium Falcon are 3 of the rebellion's most stalwart warriors who are embarking on a mission that could cripple one facet of Imperial domination if they live through it.
What's going to happen?
I don't know. Let's
turn the page. Okay, here we go.
And you hear R2-D2 beep like this. Luke, Chewie, and Lando are in the Millennium Falcon cockpit, ready to jump to lightspeed to meet this unscrupulous contact named Ferret.
That on-the-nose name.
Yeah, love it, though. With a roar and a flash of temporal brilliance, the Millennium Falcon vanishes into light speed.
That's a fun panel right there.
That is a very fun panel.
Where the Falcon is like going into this burst of white light with the blue streaks around it.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Down below, several rebel guards are patrolling the base, which is located in a cave.
All right. I got really confused here for a second. I had to go back and forth between these next 2 pages because these rebel guards, they look a bit like Imperial stormtroopers. Now, I know they're not white. They're depicted in red. But if you look up close at this helmeted guy, he's like got a helmet on and a pack like he's a traveling stormtrooper. I was confused. So what do you guys think?
Okay.
You think they're rebels? They're clearly rebels?
Yeah, maybe because I read the narration before I looked at the picture.
Okay.
So this time I did it in reverse.
Yeah, you did.
I read it, then looked at the picture.
Yeah, but then you flip the page, and then all of a sudden it's
the rebel guard.
A rebel guard.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay.
All right. Now we follow this one particular rebel guard who just finished his shift, and I thought, the whole story will be about him. But no, he's just a segue to get from one location to the other, and we follow this guard to this next part of the story. I think it's a fun idea.
It is.
It's a little misleading,
it's
but
a nice narration trick, I suppose.
A little device.
Yeah, because he is overhearing a group walking by who they are not confident of Leia's plan of hiding their fleet inside a sun.
Yeah. If I were there, I'd be raising my hand too. It's like, yeah, Leia, what's plan B?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a man dressed as a Boy Scout. The guy all the way to the right.
Yeah.
He's got his little handkerchief on, little Boy Scout hat.
Yep.
And he says, I just hope that the princess knows what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess at this point, you get recruits from anywhere you can.
Oh, yeah? If a Boy Scout wants to join?
Yeah.
He's
and
hired.
Right behind him, there's a Girl Scout and a Brownie.
Oh, I was both of those. Oh, my goodness. And a cadet.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
For
a while.
I was a Cub Scout, never made it to Boy Scout because I couldn't follow the rules.
Well, that tracks.
Yeah, and I didn't want to do their plans.
Okay.
It's like, you guys want to do this, but I want to do that.
And you still wanted the patch?
Oh yeah. At that point, it didn't really matter. And do you know what came down to it?
What?
I wanted to do a Star Wars play.
Oh.
At the end of you go through this whole Cub Scout, I guess 6 weeks of training.
Okay.
At the end, you do a play, and I wanted to do Star Wars, and the den mother was like, "No, it's gonna be about Cub Scouts." Oh, okay. Well, there's a Cub Scout in Star Wars, obviously. Let's do Star Wars, and they said, "Rich, maybe it's time for you to go."
Well, wow.
Close the door on the way out.
I have a Girl Scout story.
Please.
And it starts with some drama.
Oh boy.
So I was a Brownie, and then I was a Girl Scout, a cadet for a while, and in 3rd grade, something happened where all the mothers got in a big fight. And it wasn't the girls getting in the fight. It was the moms getting all up in each other's business and blah, blah, blah. And finally my mom stormed out and took me, and I never came back to the Girl Scouts.
Wow.
I know. So and also the Girl Scouts met on Wednesdays, and my choir rehearsal was on Wednesdays, and so was my band, orchestra stuff. So it was too many things going on Wednesdays. So my mom was like, "You're out."
It works. Everyone's a winner in this scenario.
It was.
Except for those Girl Scouts who lost little Sarah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh, hold on. My story has a button.
Okay.
The other competing Cub Scout group, they did their play, and they had a big Star Wars section in it.
Oh.
This was Christmas of 1977. They did a whole Star Wars Christmas play. I was fuming.
Oh, I bet. I was like, why wasn't I in that Boy Scout group? I would have been a Boy Scout, made it all the way to the Eagle Scout.
And I think it was my fault because I was talking to a friend in the other Cub Scout group, and I said, yeah, we're going to do a big Star Wars play. And next thing you know, they're doing a Star Wars play.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't want to go back there, so let's move forward.
Okay. All right, well, I have to, let's stay on this cool slide with all the colorful rebels. They're all filtering out of the meeting room, where Leia has obviously laid down her plan. And we've got some really fun diversity here, and some cybernetics here. So if you zoom in, some of these people have, cybernetics on half of their heads, and I find it really cool. And then Hilly, I'm assuming this green woman, the green jumpsuit, that's Hilly.
Mm-hmm.
And she has some fun green hair that matches her green jumpsuit. And I applaud her style.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can see that.
It's nice.
Would have been awesome if they named her Holdo.
Yeah, that would.
that would.
Or if they had named Holdo, Hilly.
Oh my goodness!
It's right there.
It's right. See, now I'm getting upset again.
Okay, let's move on.
All right, now, as the strategy meeting ends, C-3PO echoes the same concern and voices his opinion that this might be dangerous. He only wishes that Master Luke was here since he excels at risky ventures.
I don't think Master Luke could help in this situation. Now, in this briefing, or right after this briefing, Leia says that hiding ships inside suns is standard operating procedure. How is this standard operating procedure when we've never heard of it? I'm very much questioning.
Maybe it's that took place in the issue between issues. So it was, if Leia says it, must be true. Do not argue with Princess Leia.
Well, what's funny about this is we just rewatched Ahsoka, where Ahsoka's droid, what's his name?
Hu Yang?
Hu Yang is always saying, oh, we should stick to the standard operating procedure of the Jedi. It's Jedi standard operating procedure. So this really rang true for me. When I read it in the comic, I was like, oh, this is coming up again. But not in terms of Jedi, but in terms of fleet, hiding a fleet.
See, don't question the standard operating procedure. They're standard, and they're operating, and they're procedure, all for a reason.
I suppose. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay.
All right. Just then, Shira Bree walks up and offers to go after Luke and take his place on the mission with Lando and Chewbacca. And R2, he senses something, and he mutters a questionable...
Fawit!
He knows what's going on.
Fawit!
He sees. Leia says that his mission is as vital as this one, and she says...
Though I'm sure you'd enjoy making your offer to him personally...
And Shira fires back.
Indeed, Princess. Almost as much as Luke would. Bye.
Oh no, what's going on here? 3PO then comments that it was very thoughtful of Shira to help like that. She's such a thoughtful person. And Leia responds,
yes, isn't she?
All right, break it down. What's going on here?
Well, Leia's obviously sensing that Shira has a crush on Luke, or maybe that she wants to use Luke? I don't know. She's got...
Well, in the past, we've seen the two of them flirting and hanging out
Shira
together.
and Luke?
Shira and Luke.
Yeah.
And Leia's clocked that.
Leia's clocked it, and I don't think she likes it very much.
No, because at this point, she's always just, kind of pushed Luke away. But now that someone else has him...
Yeah, but she's also very protective of Luke as well, just like he's protective of her, so... yeah.
Well, maybe she's feeling a little disturbance in the Force the way R2 is sensing something.
Yes, that too. Because women always know.
All right, so in the end, women always know.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. That's the explanation.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, then, for some reason, Pliff, the leader of the Hoojibs, comments that Shira is cute for a human.
This is the only appearance of Pliff in this whole comic.
Yeah, but why? Why is that part even there?
I don't know. It's kind of weird. And it's like, it has no bearing on this.
Not whatsoever.
And Pliff is tiny, too. Just see his butt. Pliff butt.
Little Hoojib butt.
Uh-huh.
All right, now comes the part of the story where everyone just should sit down, grab a pencil.
Yep.
And a notepad.
Yes.
And make some notes.
Yeah, okay. Are you ready? All right, here we go. So Leia then switches gears and tries to soothe 3PO's gears by explaining that active stars make ideal hiding places, but under the right conditions, and that they can be quite safe. Okay, active stars. Active stars could be quite safe.
Okay,
All right.
There's more.
Yes, there's more. Yes. So let's go. So she then clarifies, through past experimentation, we've established a procedure based on the linking of 5 Kurtzberg field generators, which, when precisely aligned from a temperature-shielded pyramid, once the fleet, less what fighters and such we need for normal operations, has been secured inside the pyramid, the total unit is directed down into the star's chromosphere, a relatively cool area between the corona and the surface. The temperature there rarely exceeds 8,000 degrees, well within the pyramid's long-range capacity. What? Okay, it keeps going. Our only real problem is keeping the pyramid in orbit. At the speed it has to travel to overcome the star's gravity, it could easily be flung back through the corona into space. Now, here's me thinking in physics, it could easily be flung outside the corona if it's going so fast, but it could also be easily pulled into this giant star, which has a huge, huge gravity well. All right. it continues. But we have even that eventuality covered. The control generator at the top of the pyramid is equipped with a thruster, one that counters the centrifugal effects of the rapid orbit. In theory, it should work perfectly. In theory.
In theory.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So did everyone get that?
I got it.
You all on the same page with this?
Really silly. Well, if you were watching our YouTube, there's the clear little diagrams here on this page.
Okay, I kept getting pulled out when they kept saying corona. Which this is the outermost part of the sun's atmosphere.
Here, there's a good image of it over here.
Oh, there we go. Right there.
Sorry,
yeah.
Right here. Yeah.
There's the corona.
Corona is here. And this is the chromosphere, is the pink area.
Yes.
And then the sun.
So of the atmosphere of the sun is the outermost part of it. I never heard that.
Oh, I have, yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah. Yeah, corona, I mean, I know you're thinking what? Corona.
I'm thinking of the virus or the beer or the city in Los Angeles.
See, when I hear corona, I think Tangled. It's the city of Corona.
Oh.
Is the kingdom of Corona, I should say.
Okay.
But Corona means sun.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it just kept pulling me out of it. Like,
Okay.
Oh, stop saying that word.
Yeah, so wow, this is a little crazy, but there you go.
There you have it.
All right, so in theory, this should work.
All right, now the giant space station-sized mechanical generator is put to the test and placed above the Arbran sun. Leia tells Riken that the fleet has moved into designated position.
Yes.
It looks like General Riken went blonde after the events of The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh my goodness. It really does. Yeah, it's clearly yellow there.
Yeah, if you didn't tell me that was General Riken, then I never would have known.
I mean, I see his face. It looks like General Riken. I mean, it's a pretty good likeness there for how small he is on the page.
Looked like they had a black and white picture to use as a reference. What color is his hair? Blonde like Luke's, I guess. All right, now, space crackles as all 5 generators have energized, creating a protective force shield around the rebel fleet.
All right, so this whole thing, like this Leia's briefing with all the pink and all the diagrams, and this thing where they're about to now put this experiment into motion, this all seems more like an episode of Star Trek than it does Star Wars. Where's Geordi LaForge? Because he and Data would have this thing working, no problem. They could hide the Enterprise inside the corona of a star. And also, I'll have you note, Leia even says, energize at the bottom of this panel to start up this protective pyramid. And that is exactly what the common term for beaming is in Star Trek. Energize.
Or it all comes together. It's all crossing the streams.
It is very much so. So I was like, okay, this is all Star Trek here. This whole section.
All right, now with all this said,
yes,
we're all clear. 'Cause I had to read this like 10 times.
Oh.
To understand what's going on. So all 5 generators are creating an energy field around the rebel fleet.
Correct.
Okay.
So yes.
In a pyramid shape.
Exactly.
And then they're gonna lower this pyramid into the sun to hide the rebel fleet, which is inside of this force field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the force field that they created with these energizer things are protecting the fleet from the heat of the sun and the damage. What is it? The radiation damage as well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's a great concept.
It is, but it's very Star Trek. I mean, down to energize. There you go.
All right, then Leia gives the command to lower the pyramid force shield down into the sun's gravitational pull.
And she says, take her down.
Take her down.
Now, does that seem like a very Leia thing to say?
No, she would not say something like that.
No, and
not a bit.
Now this bothers me because this is another Star Trek like moment, like when the captain of the ship is about to go off on a mission and they say, like Picard says, engage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or make it so. Or you have hit it or let's fly. So Leia saying, take her down. No. What do you think Leia should have said?
Commence force shield lowering standard operation. I think she'd be right to the point with something like that.
She'd be to the point, but maybe energize works better. All right.
Yeah, but that's already been taken.
I know, it has.
Okay.
All right.
So now the pyramid makes it safely to the sun's chromosphere, and everything looks good. Everything looks real good. We're all on track. This plan is working perfectly until Bill Buzzkill tells Leia that they've just received word from base that small craft have just entered this quadrant. Bill Buzzkill, give us a moment, okay? Give us a moment to relish in the fact that this plan is working.
Yeah, look at the base of the sun is right here, and they're within this chromosphere. You know, this whole pyramid.
It looks like the Sith Wayfinder.
It does. Yes, it does. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 5. Wow. Yes, it does.
Now, I love this part.
Okay.
Leia takes all personnel except for the maintenance crew to report to her shuttle because they're going to blast off.
Yeah.
Leia's like, okay, this is working, but I'm not going to tempt fate. I want to get out of here.
All right, now I have a thing about this. So they're on a ship within this fleet that's in the triangular thing, the pyramid, right?
The force shield pyramid.
But now she's going to take a shuttle and go outside of this pyramid.
Yeah, to go back to the Arbor base.
Right. But wouldn't she get fried if she goes outside of that pyramid? Because the corona's right there, ready to get you.
General Riken is saying, hey, Leia, you thought this whole thing through except for this one part here.
I
know you want to get out of here, but think it through.
They should have left before the fleet was in the corona. Or the whatever the heck. The chromosphere.
That wouldn't have looked too good, okay? The optics on that would not have looked good for Leia.
Okay, you guys experiment with that. I'm going to get out of here.
Taking my little personnel crew and R2-3PO. Come on, let's get on the shuttle.
That's very true.
Well, speaking of R2 and 3PO, they bicker as they hurry to the shuttle, but then suddenly R2 turns and scurries off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, R2, what's going on?
All right.
And 3PO yells out, come back here, you impetuous roller skate. Oh, take a second.
I did.
And
I
let that
turned
sink
this
in.
page, I read that line, and I started laughing out loud.
That needs to be on a t-shirt. Just with that quote.
Come back here, you impetuous roller skate.
R2 has sensed an uncharacteristic surge in the generator's power and rolls up to a port and he plugs in. This is what R2 does. You know what? I'll take care of stuff.
Okay.
And someone was getting paid that day. Look at how well R2 is illustrated in this top panel.
He is very nice. Wow.
Yeah, all those panels, all those control panels, and R2's body, they never look better.
Nice.
All right, then R2 gives a
Fradoop.
To which 3PO replies, keep my shirt on, dear fellow. I'll have you know that even if I wore a shirt, I wouldn't. And R2 blurts out, translation, the generator's absorption circuit is malfunctioning and is about to explode.
I'm glad C-3PO could understand that.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have made that out. During all this, Leia's shuttle lifts off, leaving them behind in this doomed force shield that houses the rebel fleet.
We're doomed.
Oh. So something's going on with the generator, and Leia's taken off. She doesn't know anything about this.
I know. Uh-oh.
Okay, suspension builds. What's going to happen next? Is this the end of the Rebel Alliance's fleet? We're going to find out right after this Hostess Marvel crossover commercial break.
We'll return after these messages.
This crossover ad is titled Captain America in Fury Unleashed. Now, can I do Captain America?
Yes, you may.
I'll read Captain America.
Okay.
And the Trapster.
Okay.
And if you want to take on Fury and Goon and the narration, that'd be great.
Can I be the Goon, please? I've always wanted to be the Goon.
Well, you are now the Goon. Hey, Jeff Caffrey. Jeff Caffrey's in the house.
Woohoo.
We did a classic Marvel with Jeff Caffrey at Rebel Scum Con.
That's right.
Hey.
All right, here we go. The story starts as Captain America smashes through a steel door.
The Trapster's at it again. One trap leads to another.
Captain America sees Fury fighting the Trapster's green spandex-clad henchman, getting the best of Fury. And Fury says, better not come any closer, Cap. The Trapster's goon has me by the neck. Now, how can he say that if the Trapster's goon has him by the neck?
Well, that's all the more reason to come closer.
Okay. Meanwhile, the Trapster watches the action on a monitor from another room.
The Trapster says, ha! We'll see how Captain America solves this dilemma.
And Cappy says,
my strength and my shield won't solve this mess, but strategy can.
Cap throws his shield, which happens to be full of Hostess fruit pies, at the Trapster's goon. What's gonna happen?
Well, then Cap says, "Okay, you big overgrown Goliath, I bet you can't wait to get your hands on these Hostess fruit pies."
Captain America and Fury take off as the goon enjoys his fruit pie a little too much. And the goon says, "What is Fury compared to this great taste? Real fruit filling, light tender crust, And then Fury says, "Hostess fruit pies. That was using your brains, Cap."
Wah, wah. Trapster comes in and says, "Hostess fruit pies? Curses! Captain America is as smart as he is strong."
You get a big delight in every bite of Hostess fruit pies.
The end. Go ahead and take a bow. Take a bow.
Oh,
take
thank
a bow.
you too. Oh my
All
goodness.
right. Like we always ask at the end of every one of these Hostess Marvel crossover ads, what did you learn from this story? I learned nothing. I got no moral, no nothing from this. Yeah, there's not a lesson to be learned. Nothing.
I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
What did you guys think of it? Oh, well, Jeff chimes in and says, "Hostess fruit pies were my jam back in the day." Pun intended.
Pun intended. Pun received, Jeff. Pun received.
Okay, so I have a question. At McDonald's, you know how they have those like apple pies?
Uh-huh.
Were those Hostess fruit pies or were they
no.
McDonald's own brand?
That was McDonald's own brand.
Okay.
With those, you were guaranteed to burn your mouth because as soon as you
Yes.
got it, you wanted to eat it, but they were scorching
So hot.
inside.
Yes.
But the Hostess fruit pies, they were all cold and have been sitting on a shelf for probably years.
Yeah, gross.
And both equally as good.
I have to say Hostess cupcakes were my jam.
Okay, but we're talking pie to pie.
I was doing apples to oranges.
Maybe later on we can go do some research and go to McDonald's and get a pie and go to Ralph's, get a pie over there. We'll do some tests, okay?
Oh, McDonald's pies were fried. Okay,
Oh,
that's
okay.
the
Jeff
difference.
and this guy chat says McDonald's pies were fried. That explains why they were so scorching hot.
Yes.
All right. With that, let's get back to the show.
Back to the show.
Ooh.
R2 and 3PO have been left behind in the doomed force shield. Suddenly, poof! And the lights go out, and all we see are 3PO's lit photoreceptors and R2's domed lights. Oh, I love that panel so much. And 3PO utters, "I have a bad feeling about this." Okay, here's a pop quiz. When did 3PO say that next?
In the timeline? In chronological order?
Yeah.
So like in Return of the Jedi?
There you go.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh,
You got it. In Jabba's palace.
Oh,
After
yes,
they meet
yes.
with Bib Fortuna.
That's right.
He leads them off to see Jabba.
As he's walking. Yeah, okay.
All right, good for you. Good for you.
Yay.
All right, the lights come back on, and the two droids hurry back to the control room where they see the unconscious rebel crew.
Uh-oh.
And 3PO surmises that the burning circuitry must have produced noxious fumes which knocked the crew out.
Are you ready for this? This is another Star Trek episode.
Which Star Trek? OT, TNG, LMNOP?
Well,
which Star Trek?
For me, I always relate it to TNG, The Next Generation.
Okay.
Because that's the one I know the most.
Okay, so it looks like Star Trek borrowed from Star Wars.
Yes, so Data would kind of be your C-3PO character
Mhm.
in Star Trek Next Generation. And I know a couple times Data has saved the day because the humans are knocked out or impaired or otherwise occupied. And then also there's been an episode where Wesley and some other kids have to save the ship when the crew is indisposed because they are playing almost an AI video game that they can't stop playing, and it has addled their brains. And I think
that sounds like what we see today.
And this is the episode with Wesley and Ashley Judd, and they have to save the ship. I think it's season 3. Everyone, go watch it.
Moving right along. Okay, let me cut in with a meanwhile. Meanwhile, the Millennium Falcon continues its journey through hyperspace, and Chewie tells Lando it's his turn at the wheel. Get up here, buddy. It's your turn at the wheel. But Lando can't since he's in the middle of a game of Nova Crown.
Nova Crown?
Fatum fun fact time.
Ooh.
Nova Crown is a game played on a checkered chessboard and uses little alien pieces.
kind of sounds like the game
like chess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this made it into canon in the 2023 young adult novel, The High Republic Path of Vengeance, written by Kevin Scott.
Wow.
I know.
Kevin Scott really likes to take deep dives into his Marvel comics.
Yes, he does. Next time we talk to the man, gotta say, okay, Nova Crown, did you read that in the classic Marvel comic, or was that just in a list of games?
Wasn't he also the one who brought the Hoojibs into the comics?
He brought Jackson. He brought Jackson back.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he wants to refer to a game and Lucasfilm has got a file of all the games. Or if he read this and go, ooh, let me make a note of that for when I need it.
Okay. Yeah. Either way, we need to ask him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be fun.
But now you got to wonder why they were playing this game, Nova Crown, instead of like Dejarik.
Right.
Because Dejarik is well known. It was using all these Star Wars publicity stills. So you got to wonder why they didn't go that route. This looks like they're playing just chess with little alien pieces.
I think maybe Lando's too good at Dejarik and Luke knows this, so he must have talked him into playing a game he had a better chance of winning.
Yeah, but on a familiarity front,
yeah,
I would think that the Marvel illustrators or the writers would say, let him play Dejarik. That way all the readers can go, oh, they're playing that game they played in Star Wars.
Yeah.
All right, now, Chewbacca gets impatient and rocks the Falcon, causing all the game pieces to fall to the floor. This sounds like something my sister would do. Whenever she'd be losing, she'd just knock over the board. Now, this time, Chewie's like, come on, guys, get up here.
But you know what? This is why Dejarik is holographic. It doesn't happen.
Okay, all right. You answered that question. Well, this just pisses Luke off since he was winning this game of strategy.
I would be pissed off too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think your sister pissed you off plenty of times.
Many, many a times.
When she was losing, she would do this?
Oh, all the time. When she knew that there was no coming back, she would just flip the board.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
All right, now, meanwhile, back at the shuttle, Leia is confused as to why she's getting a message from C-3PO, who she thought was also in the shuttle and like right behind her. Like, why are you messaging me when you're on the same shuttle? But 3PO comes in on a Zoom call and fills Leia in on the system breakdown and the unconscious crew and the whole malfunctioning circuitry, which has impaired the station's ability to absorb solar energy. And as a result, the protective pyramid around the ship is weakening.
Again, lots of jargon.
Yeah, lots of jargon.
This is like lots of jargon that they would go, okay, in Star Trek, they'd go to the engineers and be like, okay, what do we say here?
Right about now, all these characters would be saying, hey, to Marvel, you can type this, but you can't say it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But C-3PO says, and I don't mind admitting, Princess, that I'm beginning to get a bit worried. That is the understatement of the year. They're in a sun.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the chromosphere of the sun. All right.
And Leia's like, now, let me get this straight. You're not behind me?
No.
You're not in the shuttle? Where are you? Let's start from ground zero here and work our way up, okay? Set the scene, 3PO. Where are you?
Wow.
All right, but things get worse when Imperial ships enter the system. Leia commands that they hide behind the nearest moon where they can observe.
Now, FYI here, General Riken has now gone from dark hair in Empire Strikes Back to blonde, and now he's got some gray hair happening.
Well, if you were being submerged into a sun, wouldn't your hair turn gray?
Yeah, I think so.
It turned like Steve Martin white. All right, 4 TIE fighters fly in nearby.
That's a really cool panel, too.
It is very cool. Shira recommends that they call up to a squad of X-Wings to take them out, but Leia says, whoa. The TIEs would be missed if they didn't report back, which would give Darth Vader a deadly clue onto their whereabouts.
Leia's right at this.
Yeah. She's thinking things through.
Mm-hmm.
Leia then gives an order to contact Commander Skywalker and have him return at once. Perhaps his knowledge of the Force can help. 3PO then asks for her to hurry, or the fleet and he and R2 may very well be melted into slag.
Which they should have been already.
At this point,
I'm just saying.
yes. I get that force field. It's still working.
I still think it's silly.
Yeah, it's the power has been decreasing, so any moment now they will be melted into slag.
Mm-hmm.
Just then, the Falcon drops from lightspeed right in front of the enormous space station known as Bazarre.
And it does look very bizarre.
Yeah,
it's like a big blob.
Which end is up?
This is also very Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like,
I can see that.
Design. You know, it's kind of lumpy.
Yeah.
I don't know. He likes his lumpy designs.
Well, they are the same artist, so makes sense.
Interesting.
All right. R2 checks his data again with the generator as 3PO updates Leia and General Riken. 3PO does not like what R2 is suggesting. Cut to the droids are flying outside the ship using a rocket booster on C-3PO's back. And 3PO is asking R2, where are your arm thrusters?
Yes.
Yes, you used them in an Attack of the Clones. Where are they now? It says it right there in the dialogue. It says it right there.
But their plan is to link an energy cable from one of the cruisers to a reactor, which will increase the pyramid's shielding capacity.
That's
so
a good
apparently
plan.
one of these 5 generators is, on the fritz.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now, okay, this is where I get confused because R2-D2 here is wrapped in reflective foil sheet to keep him comfortable.
That makes sense.
I guess.
But I'm thinking that it's like, hey, let's wrap R2 up so we don't need to draw those little panels on his body.
Just need to draw fabric.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
That's
guys,
funny.
this is going to hit the newsstands. This is going to be at John's convenience store by Thursday, and it's already Wednesday.
All right, but meanwhile, 3PO is not encased in this protective foil, and the heat is melting his rocket pack, so they're losing maneuverability, and this whole thing is breaking physics for me. How C-3PO and R2 are able to go outside a ship in the corona of a star. I mean, I get that they're still within this force field thing, but it still does not track. You think you'd need the extra shielding of a ship as well. I feel like these droids would both immediately melt, reflective foil sheet, or no.
All right, if you want that kind of physics logic, go back to your Star Treks.
Okay, all right.
All right, back to Luke's mission. He and Lando enter the Bazarre to meet their contact, Ferret. Lando has his reservations with his guy who he had dealt with back on Cloud City, and Luke should have asked, "You're telling me this now?"
Well, it's kind of
This is
like
information
how,
I could have used yesterday.
this is kind of how Han takes Leia to Cloud City, and he's like, "Yeah, Lando and I go way back." Oh, but there's a big bad blood between us.
I kind of cheated and stole the Millennium Falcon. I crashed it several times.
Yeah.
And L337 was lost in a battle. And yeah, bad blood.
Yep.
Now, I love these two extras, these two walking aliens right in front of Luke and Lando.
Green and blue here.
Yeah, one of them is a woman with a very crooked face, and she's walking with a thin-headed alien.
Maybe like a mun?
Oh yeah, I could see
Right?
that.
Yeah.
And he's got this forked snake tongue, and he utters maps. Meps.
M-E-P-P-S. It's very it leads to nothing.
No.
He's just going, Meps.
It's kind of like your meh.
Yeah, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's nothing for this. They're in the foreground too, and it's like,
What does that imply?
I don't know. I think it just implies like this is a station where lots of aliens are. So like there's lots of different languages going on. It's a melting pot, essentially.
And I'm sure Meps in his language is asking the woman, "Why is your face so slanted and melted like that? Looks like melted slag." It's not, how many words are in a sentence. It's just how you say it. If he says Meps, that conveys a lot.
Okay.
We're really looking into this very, very deeply. All right, Luke and Lando enter the marketplace, which is much bigger than they expected.
Yeah, it's a really cool panel here too. It's like giant. Each market has a little tent.
It's like a big swap meet.
Yeah, and people are saying, "Oh, how much is this? What does this cost?" Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Get your something here.
Yeah, there's a
very
little
cute.
bubble. Hey, where's my wallet?
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah. So now Luke wonders how they will find Ferret in all of this. And Lando says not to worry since Ferret and his henchmen have just found them. All these henchmen have surrounded Luke and Lando. So Lando says, hey, yeah, they just found us.
For this issue,
Yes.
this is where we leave off Lando and Luke and Chewie. And it goes back to Leia because we have to see what's happening with this corona of the sun.
Oh boy.
Leia's shuttle races back to help the fleet, which is nearing the sun's corona.
All right. I didn't want to go here, but eerily enough, this shuttle looks like a little coronavirus strain.
It does kind of, yeah.
So it was all right there back in
Yeah.
1982. If the powers that be saw this and said, hey, They're trying to tell us something.
Yeah.
We got to look out for this coronavirus.
This was a message.
Yeah, loud and clear. How much more clear could they be?
Mm-hmm. Well, just as Leia thought that she lost the entire fleet, like she thought this whole pyramid had caved in, and then, of course, there goes their shielding, so the fleet would have been melted into this sun.
Say it. Molten slag.
Molten slag. C-3PO then calls in, and Leia has a huge smile on her face because she's never been happier to hear from C-3PO, because if C-3PO is calling from this protective shielding, that means it hasn't gone down, right? So 3PO tells her that what they've done, they've connected the ship's power to the control generator, and it's like all good, except it wasn't as easy as all that since the heat had melted 3PO's rocket pack. So how did they get around? Richard, what did they do?
Well, this is where R2 comes into the rescue. He doesn't use his rocket thrusters. He's got a built-in fire extinguisher, which he uses as a miniature propulsion system, which guides them to the cruiser. You look at this and go, wait a minute, where have I seen this before? And it looks like looks like Pixar borrowed this gag in WALL-E.
Yes.
WALL-E!
Totally. Even these images look kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
How they're floating in space with their legs upended a little bit.
So what are we learning here? It's not just Star Wars that borrows from Star Wars.
No.
It's everyone else that borrows from Star Wars.
Yeah. I love it. And that's totally what I was thinking when I saw this, and a fire extinguisher.
Yeah,
and my mind immediately went to WALL-E.
We see the little fire extinguisher he uses in Star Wars to douse the fire in the Millennium Falcon.
Yep.
And I'm sure that one of the writers said, hey, that's a great idea.
All right, well, Leia then tells the communication officer to cancel the message to Commander Skywalker. She no longer needs him to come back. But the officer says she never got the message to Luke since she couldn't find the Millennium Falcon. It's like they dropped out of existence.
What?
Dun, dun, dun.
How could that be?
I don't know, but guess what?
What?
That's the end of the issue.
No.
Yep. End on that cliffhanger.
Next issue, Bazarre. Bazinga.
Wow.
All right. After all this,
yes.
What are your afterthoughts?
Well, I thought this was a very exciting issue. It was a really good episode of Star Trek. Science-y in space.
It wasn't Star Trek.
Oh, really?
No,
Are you sure?
This wasn't a Star Trek
comic.
I
mean, there was science. I know. We had an experiment. We did stuff that's very science fiction. Yeah. But the back half of this really turns into Star Wars, though, with you get this quick cutting between the stories of our characters. You have the Leia's shuttle, you have 3PO and R2 with the fleet, and then Luke, Lando, and Chewie on their mission to the Bazarre. That was very Star Wars for me. You know, the quick cutting between those. And I think they did a good job of seeding this Bazarre mission that's going to happen in the next issue. Okay, well, now I want to see where this goes and who this ferret guy is. And they did a good job of connecting these two. So let's do it. Next week, Classic Marvel, number 59.
I want to get to this sooner than later.
Yeah, no kidding. It's really fun. So, but then there was a really odd use of Pliff. Just that one tiny panel.
But we saw Pliff's butt.
Pliff's butt and his one tiny line. I thought that was very odd. Why even put that in? But that's my nitpick.
Okay.
Otherwise, great Star Trek episode. All right.
Okay, I thought this was a really good story, very suspenseful, and much better than I remembered from back in 1982 when I just looked at the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't I read this? I don't know.
I mean, there's so much in those pictures.
I know, but they give you twice the fun if you read the actual story.
Yes, that's true.
A lot of great concepts with the fleet housed inside of that pyramid force field, then sinking into the sun. That's clever. I really like that. Now, as we said in the beginning, the title, Sundown.
Yeah.
What is up with Sundown? Very misleading. It's got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, it should be sun up or sunspot.
I want to ask someone from Marvel how they picked their covers.
Okay.
How they picked, like, what scene would represent this story?
Oh.
Because the droids floating in space doesn't really represent that.
You don't think
that
so?
At all. No. But maybe someone said, yeah, I got a great visual in mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's part of an action part of the story where C-3PO and R2 are saving the day, so they kind of cut right to the climax moment.
Well, yeah.
What would you have done? Because you can't put that pyramid in there, because no one would know what that was.
Right. And there's no like laser battles or lightsaber battles. So I guess this is the most action-packed part of this story. So I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
And what they could do with their interpretation.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that's what sells it.
Okay. And Jeff is proposing that the title should have star in it instead of sun, just simply because it is a star that they're hiding in, even though it's the sun of the Arbra system.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe the Corona shuttle. No, not at all.
Yeah,
Okay, well, yeah, talking this out.
Yeah.
It makes sense now. It makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I think you'd really have to workshop that. Workshop that title.
Right. All right. Now let's go on to our favorites and non-favorites.
Okay.
So let's go on to favorite panel.
All right.
Favorite panel.
So my favorite panel here would have to be on page 40, where 3PO is out in the sun space with his jetpack on his back, and it's right after, in the previous page, he said, "I don't like this, why did you make me do this?" And then you turn the page and all of a sudden he's like shooting off into space. Yeah, it was a very cute moment story-wise as well. Like there was a lot of fun panels in here, but they didn't relate to the story as much as I liked. So that's why I liked this panel, because this was a very story-focused panel. And those are the panels I like to choose. And he's so cute, and he's hugging R2 in his foil.
R2 looks like, the Halloween version of R2 they sell as like ornaments and little plush dolls of R2 wearing a ghost costume?
Yes. That's
what he looks like. R2 is wearing his ghost costume.
It does look like that. It's funny.
All right. For me, I love the panel on page 11 where the lights have gone out and all we see are C-3PO's eyes and R2's domed lights. I love this panel so much.
You know what's fun about this? I did not, because it's black, I didn't really notice this panel until you brought it up in this favorite panel dialogue. And then I'm like making the picture here and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. Because, it's C-3PO's just his little eyes. And you can tell they're his eyes because they've got the yellow corona surrounding the black dot, but they have the lines in it, just like C-3PO's eyes. Yeah. And then R2's little round dots depicting his
domed lights. Yeah. Are awesome.
It's so cute.
Jeff Caffrey says in the Sky Chat, R2 branded Jiffy Pop.
From when he's shooting off into space?
And when he's in that reflective foil.
Yes.
I haven't heard the Jiffy Pop reference since 1989.
It's true.
Thanks, Jeff. All right, favorite line of dialogue or narration?
All right, so Richard, I think we both have the same one, and it has to be the same one. Yes.
Okay.
All right, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna share it. It is on page. Oh, I don't know what page it is, but it's when 3PO yells out to R2. "Come back here, you impetuous roller skate."
I think I laughed out loud when I saw that.
I did.
I laughed out loud. That is just funny.
It is hilarious, and I really want to get Anthony Daniels to say that line. Or our friend.
Oh, Simon Wilkie.
Simon Wilkie.
Or Chris Bartlett.
Yep.
Because in the 70s, everyone was on roller skates.
Yeah.
So that was very typical.
I just immediately when that line came up, I'm like, okay, this is a favorite line of dialogue, and I wrote it in the end. And then I saw you had written it there too.
Well,
that makes sense.
Great minds think alike.
Yes.
Remember when I said that every illustration of R2 looked great with all of his correct panels?
Yes.
Asterisk, except for this one. That's just like a smattering of little panels in R2's cylindrical body. All right. Here we go. Most non-Star Wars moment in this issue.
What is
Sundown.
yours? What is yours, Richard?
Now that I think about it, it's the title, Sundown. But I picked something else. Gonna go back to Pliff the Hoojib, who for some reason says that Shira is cute for a human. No.
Well, I just noticed Shira's walking away, so Pliff's looking at her backside.
Looking
at her butt. Yep. She's pretty cute.
Okay. It's cute, but you know what? Does it have a place in Star Wars? No.
No, it doesn't. And I've got to say that my most non-Star Wars moment would have to be the very scientific nature of hiding a fleet inside of a sun and how they go about doing that with that energized triangle.
Look how well they lay out this whole plan. That is very well conceived.
It is, but it's an episode of Star Trek. This is what I'm saying. So you can't get too scientific with Star Wars. Star Wars is more...
But you're talking about the next generation,
exciting.
which is after these comics. So
I am.
You know, so maybe Star Trek is more like Star Wars and Star Wars is like Star Trek.
I don't... Yeah.
Jeff says the science is sound. It is.
Yes,
it all works out.
But he has a little face with that. So he's on my side, right, Jeff?
Nope.
You're on my side.
Jeff says in the Sky Chat, I'm on Richard's side all the way. I'd bring it up, but I can't right now.
Good.
Yeah, the button is broken. And then Aaron Western Dorp, he comes in with nerds. Thank you,
true.
Aaron.
We are comparing Star Wars to Star Trek and a classic Marvel comic. And yes, we are nerds. We love it.
All right, before we wrap up, know what we got to do?
What?
Go to Star Wars social media circa 1982.
Okay, I can't wait.
Called Star Words.
This is at the back of every comic issue.
Of every issue. Fans would write in and Marvel would print up some of the letters that they received. Good and bad comments about past issues. And here is one from Captain Jerry Moody.
Wow.
Who writes, Dear Marvel, Star Wars 52 calls for a letter. I'm a rebel captain and a full-fledged Jedi Knight. I can always dream, can't I? I bought number 52 a week ago, but just now had the chance to read it, and all I can say is, wow. Stupendous. The last page just freaks me out. Imagine Imperial soldiers plotting to assassinate Darth Vader. What's the Empire coming to? Well, I must now go and meditate to become more attuned to the Force. But before I go, thanks. Signed, Captain Jerry Moody, a long time ago, a galaxy far, far away. He didn't want anyone to know where he lives.
No.
And Marvel responded with, you're welcome. And he doesn't leave his address, but just leaves a long time ago, a galaxy far, far away.
Okay, well, we can't look him up now.
No.
Unfortunately.
No, I wonder if this guy's still in fandom. Sounds like he still would be.
Or her, Jerry.
Or yeah, Jerri.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that.
Could be a girl.
All right.
Woo, that was a fun issue.
That
Thank
was a
you,
fun
sweetie.
issue. So once again, we'll have to do the next issue sooner than later. I want to know where this goes.
Me too.
Oh, okay. Before we wrap up here, Aaron in the Sky Chat says, Star Words, nothing but Star Words, those crazy Star Wars.
That's pretty good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Aaron as Bill Murray.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Give me the Star Wars, don't let them end.
Well, that wraps up episode 548 of
Skywalking Through Neverland, Sundown edition.
We want to thank all the Skywalkers for listening, watching, and weighing in to our conversations on social media and in the Sky Chat.
Even Aaron.
Yes.
Be sure to subscribe on YouTube and see all these trippy, awesome panels. And you can follow us on our socials at Skywalking Pod.
You can also join us every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific for Things We Want to Share. And this is our weekly live stream where we share some stories. We always do some trivia. And also we invite you on to share things that you want to share.
You know what we want to share? Autographed copies of Today in Star Wars History Part 1 and 2 and Skywalking Through My Fandom, Well, we want to share them at skywalkingthroughneverland.com/book.
You can get autographed copies right there.
Now, do you want to support the show in other ways? Well, you can join the Skywalking Force, which is our Patreon. And here you can get early access and bonus episodes, including the full John Williams Hollywood Bowl concert. We're just a few away from 50. And thank you to everyone who is already on board and part of the Skywalking Force.
Yes, you can head to skywalkingforce.com. Also, this is where you can get ad-free episodes. So that's very important in case you don't want those ads. I think it's just $3 a month to have ad-free.
Now, another big thank you to Small World Vacations. They are our sponsor since 2019. Their Disney and Universal trip planning service is free. So visit smallworldvacations.com and tell them Skywalking Through Neverland sent you, and then say Sundown.
And they'll be like, what? Now remember, Spirit Jersey has their own Star Wars and Disney licensed clothing you can buy outside the parks. They've got some super cute stuff right now. You can go to spiritjersey.com and get free shipping with our code, which is SKYWLKNVD. The code is in our show notes.
Now we are part of the Skywalking Network.
Skynet.
Home to more great shows like Talking Apes,
Star Warsologies,
and more. Lots more.
I also have to say that Star Warsologies and us, we do have some panels that will be happening at WonderCon in Anaheim.
Yeah,
in
March 27th.
Yeah, so soon we'll be able to announce when those are, but just look for those.
Ooh, I think I just mentioned when they were.
Oh, whoops. Okay, well.
Oops, forget that part. Delete. Well,
All right.
Speaking of which, stick around for bloopers and other fun bits that didn't make it into the show. And always remember, Sundown rules.
Forp.
I'm going to hurl a burl. And Neverland on Alderaan.
Hit record right here. Okay, I need you to test. Where is your microphone?
It's way over here. I plan on talking very loudly.
You just. I need your clappy claps then.
Clappy claps coming right up.
Okay.
Make it good.
This is what you can look forward to on this classic episode 548 of Skywalking Through Neverland.
Okay, now do one regarding Sundown.
This is what you can look forward to on episode 548, Sundown.
Just read it the way it is.
Well, that's the thing. This game that's brought on board, basically when you finish a level, it gives you a sense of like an orgasm. And so everyone gets addicted to the game.
Moving right along. I almost said...
Did you say drop?
No, I did not say drop.
No, you thought it, though.
They didn't drop the issue.
You thought it.
They released it.
But you thought it.
I thought it for a second, and now I'm very ashamed of myself.
I bet you
Nothing
are.
drops. It's released. then he said, dude, it's mic drop, not mic release.
I'm going to remember that, Aaron. Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. Oh, all of a sudden, Aaron had to go. Bye, Aaron. Hey, look at those names to the left. They are part of the Skywalking Force, our Patreon.
Become a producer yourself and check out all the Disney Plus themed bonus content available depending on the level you subscribe.
Become a member of the elite Skywalking Force at skywalkingforce.com.